Up next is Youngwon Lee from Dokkaebier. Youngwon, come on up. Thank you.
Do I just press this?
Timer and your timer.
All right. Hi, I'm Youngwon Lee. I'm founder of Dokkaebier. I've been in the alcohol industry over 10 years, and I've been to a lot of beer festivals. And what I've noticed over and over was that I was the only Asian guy pouring beer at the event, like today. But it was a positive thing, and I thought I was always the unique one. So when I decided to start my own brand, I thought being more original and true to myself would actually make us stand out and differentiate us and bring something new to the market. Our name comes from the Korean mythical creature Dokkaebier that love to eat, drink, and have fun with people, and they're wonders and shapeshifters. So we travel around, partner with local breweries, and we took the same shape-shifting approach, and we create a series of experimental beers, trying out different ingredients and flavors. Thanks to the judges last year, we've taken some good feedback and upgraded our visuals from the left being very super minimal to something that's more straightforward with real ingredients in there. And if you look closely, there, Dokkaebier is hiding in the middle. And this is our creative outlet. This is our experimental batch. And this is our sort of finding our own way of product market fit. And we hear the feedback and people love it. Then we redesign the package and refine the recipe and add it to our core brew lineup. So since then, we have 10 beers on our core line. And thankfully, we got some international design awards as well as a beer competition recognition. And these four core beers are our best sellers at the moment. So we have a Pilsner made with the bamboo leaves. We have a kettle sour. We pulled a culture from kimchi. We added chili powder and ginger in there. We have a blonde ale with the yuzu, Asian citrus. And we have a milk stout with cardamom and peppercorn. So these are the beers that we want to take it to the next level. And that's something that we will try to scale and produce in higher volume so we could actually distribute nationally. And we take an Asian approach to our beer, but if you can look at over here, this is a LA Beer Festival that happened 2 months ago here, and with over 6,000 attendees, and we have a mainstream appeal, and we were the most popular brewery and most creative brewery at the event. So it was a good feeling coming out of pandemic, and then kind of seeing that our proof of concept is actually working, and we have a lot of followers coming here. In terms of our distribution, we're available diverse on and off-premise channels. So from local grocery stores to Bevmo to Asian retailers that never sold craft beer before. This is a good example of a Korean supermarket sponsored by Coca-Cola. That refrigerator holds 13 cases of our 16 ounces. And because we're the exclusive craft beer there, we actually move 2 to 4 times the regular volume at our regular sort of beer-focused accounts. Because the funny thing is craft beer is a huge market, but yet no one is marketing to us 19 million Asian Americans in the States. So we want to grow in this sector. And we're always, I think being deeply rooted into our local community is really important for us. So we do collaborate with the local nonprofits, and we sometimes pull out all of our recipes, put it into a special release so that we could contribute to the local community. And this was part of it as well. There was a Korean movie that won a lot of Oscars this year, and that movie is about a Korean immigrant life, and it really touched my heart. So I decided to make a beer that's dedicated for this movie to really tell the story further. So we use water celery, which is the mineral, the title of the movie, and we use a seed from it, and we added lemon and lime on it, and made a wheat beer out of it to represent sort of the bitter life and then the bright future that we dream about. Because it all starts with the seed, an idea, a starting point, a beginning of something great. So please join me, and let me take you on a journey to the Far East. Thank you.
All right. All right. Laura, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on the taste, the packaging of Dokkaebier?
First of all, I love your enthusiasm. I love your connection to community. This was probably the most unique that I sampled and have looked at. And just curious, with a product like this, is it just going to be focused in Asian markets? Is there, is your idea to expand beyond that? And how do you bring in that consumer that doesn't understand some of these ingredients and the attributes of your product?
Do we have the microphone on?
I think the craft beer industry, the consumers are always open to trying new flavors. So I think we're received pretty well. We're also available at local supermarkets like Guz's Market. We're available in about 200 locations right now, and I think 80% are actually the regular craft beer industry. And the Asian community is supportive, but it does have a higher learning curve. They've never sold craft beer before. It's more of a Asian version of Budweiser, Kas Qingdao Kite. So there's learning curve. It takes me about 6 months of a sales cycle to get in, but once they get in, they love it. They come to me, hey, am I actually selling really well? I just sold like 20 cases. Can you come here and then fill up the refrigerator? Some of our accounts, they don't even know what's in the refrigerator, and we just go in there and fill it up because they love it. But I think it appeals to the both community because for existing beer market, it's finally like something that's new and that's perceived as something innovative. And I think as you tasted it, and I think we're hitting the right notes in terms of the regular beer drinkers and kind of exploring and take a journey through the flavors.
Veronica, playful brews, unforgettable taste. Unforgettable taste is great. Playful also helps to sell product as well. Do you see the playfulness outlined here on the packaging, or does it need to be up, increased, decreased a little bit?
Yeah, I think I got that definitely from the pitch more, where you're taking the story of shape-shifting and making that the core of what inspires your next flavor. I'm curious how you will, I guess from like a marketing perspective, like it seems like your customer is going to be a very curious person, someone who's willing to take risks on flavors or ingredients that they might not have heard of. How are you going to keep them, engaged and able to find you?
So a lot of our customers, they come to our website, and then when they get it, they do a variety pack. So the variety pack actually has every single flavor that are available at the moment, and then they take the journey and then kind of find their own favorites, and then when they come back again, they go for their favorites. And because our sort of that experimental beer is our test for finding our product market fit, so a lot of times when we add to these core lineup, these are the ones that we actually already received feedback and went through a couple of batches, and that are sort of our proven flavors.
Great.
Malika, the addressable market I think that Young Wan outlined was tens of millions of Americans, Asian Americans, that the beer industry is not addressing, not reaching. Can Dokkaebier not only reach those folks, do you think, but folks beyond that ethnic group?
Absolutely. I think we've been talking about inclusivity and diversity this week, and so much of that is reflecting the people you want to bring into the industry, reflecting the people you want to bring into your brand through how you talk to them and the ingredients you use. And I think Dokkaebier does exactly that. And I said yesterday, I love this idea of global and local that the brand is bringing to life. That's an immigrant story that is uniquely American. It certainly speaks to Asian consumers, but I think it speaks to what America is about. You had that in some of your marketing material, and I think the connection is there. It's that storytelling and continued repetition of bringing people in that'll be important for scale.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, we only have a few seconds left, but you get the last word on Dokkaebier.
Yeah, I would just say, I think you know this, but be careful going national too quickly. I think, if you could seed the Bay Area correctly, where the Asian accounts, the consumers pull it into the mainstream accounts, and you build a really good market there, I think that'll naturally pull you into the right other markets. But just be careful to do that at the right time.
Okay. All right, great feedback. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.